What's good, YouTube? Let's talk a little boxing. Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, man. Let's talk about that Terrence Crawford and the fight with the Muslim brother on the riot card last night, well, over the weekend. I'm so sorry I took long to bring these analysis. So sorry I took this long to bring those analysis, but yeah, man. I gotta give it to Bud Crawford, man. He's truly a champion. Terrence Bud Crawford is truly a champion. He beat the Muslim brother fair and square. Alhamdulillah. Like, all praise to the Lord. There was no cheating or nothing like that. Like, he won, he beat him fair and square. He did give Terrence a run for his money, however. That's something that we can't overlook right there. He did give Terrence a run for his money. I think it was due to the fact that he's an unorthodox fighter. Nobody never seen a fighter that's in his caliber at 154, a bouncy fighter that gets, that's just so mobile. A lot of people don't know how to adjust to mobile fighters, and that's something that the Muslim brother that fought Terrence Crawford, that's something that a lot of boxers don't get a chance to challenge most of the time, because they don't get a chance to challenge a lot of boxers like that, because they unorthodox and they mobile fighters. A lot of people don't know how to train and properly prepare for a mobile fighter. Like, what I mean by a mobile fighter is someone that constantly moves, whether it's forward or lateral, or just little movements. It takes a lot to hit somebody like that. When you got somebody who actually has power and can fight like they're a survivor, you know what I'm saying? It's something worth watching. Oh, let's duly note too, because Pitbull Cruz, I don't never want to hear Pitbull Cruz. I never want to hear Pitbull Cruz name being mentioned with Tank no more. I don't never want nobody saying, oh, he gave Tank the hardest fight, because hands down Tank beat him. Just like the Mexican that fought Pitbull Cruz just recently beat him. He beat him off a lateral movement, moving from side to side, turning him around. It's the same way Tank beat him. And everybody said it was a close fight because Tank didn't knock him out. Just like the same way Terrence Crawford just beat this guy. Everybody said it was a close fight because Crawford didn't knock him out. So we can't have it both ways. Like, you know what I mean? We can't be like, oh, this person is like this, that person is like this. It's not really like that. Terrence Crawford just didn't knock the guy out on the strength of the fact that he had a lot of good movement. You know, even though he doesn't have a lot of fights in America, he has fights overseas, and he's a champion over there. So, being that he's a champion overseas, that gives him the advantage. You understand what I'm saying? To walk into a fight with a lot more experience than, like, I'm not gonna say rather than like an Earl Spence or something like that. And after seeing that fight with Terrence Crawford, and the last fight Terrence Crawford just fought, when he fought the Muslim brother like that, I'm not too familiar with his name. If somebody watching and they can give me the name, Muslim brother name, but right now I'm gonna just say the Muslim brother. But after viewing that fight, and I go back and I watch the Earl Spence tape, and I see what went on with Earl Spence. Like it's not an excuse. Not saying that would have changed the victory status and everything that Terrence Crawford came after, because I still think even if Terrence Crawford didn't knock Earl Spence out the way he did, I still think that he would have outboxed him in dramatic fashion. You know what I mean? So, but what I am saying is that Earl Spence didn't work on no lateral movement. He's just a one-dimensional fighter. And even when I was coming up and we had karate class practice or tournaments that we fought other fighters, we would always have it easier with the fighters that stood in front of us and didn't have no type of movement, because we could just pop the shit out of them and whoop their ass real bad without having to do much and use too many angles, because they was one-dimensional fighters, meaning they only thought one way. Like they can't fight and move around. They need, you know what I mean? They need certain other things for them to multitask while they fighting in the ring, like throwing a jab and an uppercut, or throwing a hook and a right, evading off of the line, throwing retreat hits. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know how to fight like that. Getting off the line, you know, throw their shots and then get out of the line. Another thing that I seen that bothered Spence a lot, that bother a lot of boxers when they fight Terrence Crawford, is just his switch on his hand speed. His hand speed is so fast. You know, speed brings power. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you're fast enough with a little power, speed brings power and force. So that's why, you know, these fighters is getting the results. And again, Terrence Crawford, when he fought Earl Spence has yet to ever feel a person that punches that hard. And not even, because if you listen to what Sean Porter said Spence actually hits harder. But I didn't think he was really keeping it too much real, because he didn't really want to let the boxing world know how bad Terrence Crawford hurt him. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's still a fighter himself. So you still gotta know that a fighter is gonna protect their integrity or whatever it is. But hats off to Terrence Crawford. He's a 4-division champion, undisputed in 2 weight classes. You know what I mean? He's a 4-division champion, something that Floyd Mayweather never did. So you gotta kind of like respect him. You know what I mean? And let's talk about all the fighters that's had success in their last matchup, like Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason, that boy a punch menace, boy. I ain't never seen nobody with that fighting spirit like Abdullah Mason, and that comes from growing up around a lot of brothers and staying competitive with your brothers. They pushing you, your family pushing you. You know what I mean? So it turns you into a competitive fighter to make you, like, you know, throw more combinations, let your hands go. Ain't nothing like competing with your own family and fighting, because when you fight with your own family, it's like you don't want to lose that respect from your family members. So it sharpens your iron. Copy that. So it sharpens your iron. And yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. When you fight family, it's a little more personal. It sharpens your iron. It keeps your intellectual fighting mindset. It keeps it thinking. So yeah. Be on the lookout for those guys, the Abdullah brothers, especially Abdullah Mason. The boy throwing uppercuts, overhands. I know Keyshawn Davis don't want to fight Abdullah Mason. Like, you know, I seen him dap him up and give him his respect, but Abdullah Mason, he hitting a little too hard for Keyshawn Davis right now. Like, and if they was the, I would like to see Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davidson fight those type of people first before they get a Tank fight. But like I said, Terrence Crawford, he the man. He's undisputed in two different weight classes, 140 and 147. He's a full division world champion at 135, 140, 147, and now 154. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Terrence Crawford really doing his thing. I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying? You got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford is an elite fighter. He's the best in the world right now. Even Floyd Mayweather know that. That's why he ain't jumped back in the ring when he said he ain't honor that word. When he said, if Crawford beats Vince, Floyd Mayweather will come out of retirement. Floyd Mayweather too old to be taking punishment like that from a guy like Terrence Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? Then again, I can't get those analysis because look at the luck that the Muslim brother just had with I really want the Muslim brother name. I don't know his name like that. It's so new. But yeah, the Muslim brother gave Terrence a run for his money. So in retrospect, you still gotta respect Floyd because he is the GOAT. But I still didn't see him jump back in that ring with Terrence Crawford and honor that word and that speech that he was saying. Oh yeah, if this happened, I'm gonna jump back in the ring and do this and do that. Because he has no it's not that he don't have a desire to fight. I don't think Floyd Mayweather want to get in the ring with none of those lions and hyenas like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, Terrence Crawford having the best year of his life. Hats off to him. But for sure, Gervonta Tank Davis is the face of boxing, hands down. All his fights is the most electrifying. All his fights is the most action-packed. Seats are packed. You know what I'm saying? And like Gervonta Davis said, he don't got to sell out right there. But they got to go overseas and make. He can stay right here in America and make. So Gervonta Davis ain't got to really worry about nothing too much. Like, you understand what I'm saying? He don't need nobody to come and bring no extra money from his country over here to America so he can have a eating plate. He has a nice eating stable plate right here in America. So, you know what I'm saying? So I got to give him credit for that too because he is a hustler. Shout out to Tank for getting his hustle on, promoting himself, selling himself, coming home with that fire in his eyes, taking on whoever, wherever, however. You know what I mean? That's stuff with champions you gotta respect. And everybody that said that they was gonna hurt Tank, just like Rolly said, he'd knock a midget fat head out. Ryan said he gonna hit him with the speed and drop the left hook. Pitbull Cruz said he was going to knock him out, and none of these guys ain't get close to even. I never even really seen Tank buzz that much. I seen him get hit with some good shots, but those good shots was just like the shots Terrence Crawford was getting hit with, and that was only to collect data and to see how much power you punching with, how much you could tune that power before they stick their neck all the way out there and start bringing it. Now, for sure, Gervonta Davis is the best closer, so I will buy all his fights on Amazon. But even though Crawford is undisputed in two different weight classes and has titles in 4 different weight classes, maybe 5. Yeah, 5 weight classes. Making him a 5 division champion. I wouldn't pay to see. I wouldn't pay to see none of. I wouldn't pay to see none of Terrence Crawford fights. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not that like he's not that guy. He's just like a boring fighter. I wouldn't pay no money to see a boring fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I would look for that because I like to see action in the ring. not boring fighters, people that's coming in there with the what I call that, the Shakur Stevenson syndrome. You know what I mean? And Shakur Stevenson thus far has embarrassed my city, North New Jersey. You know what I mean? And like if you wanna tune into this live, you know, Shakur, you more than welcome. Because I'm ready to give you the constructive criticism that you need, my boy. Because you don't let your hands go. You're running your mouth more than you're fighting in the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? You talking about all this, you want to fight Tank, this and that. You want to be the next man up. If Tank sent you a contract for $6 million, you should have signed that. Whatever the deal is, whatever you got to do, bro. However you going to jump on, you should have just jumped on that, because that's what North do. We don't duck no wreck. We jump on, any offer you got us, we coming up right then and there. We that come up stage. We broke today and rich tomorrow. But I don't see Shakur carrying none of those traits. Keyshawn Davis, he a humble beast, but I want to see Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight some of the Abdullah Mason brothers, and I want to see how good their defense is and how good they fighting is when they fighting somebody of youth that's on their level. You understand what I'm saying? Because Tank already proved himself to us. So he don't really have nothing to gain fighting fighters like Shakur Stevenson, or fighting fighters like what's his name? Davis, Keyshawn Davis. Tank won't get no brownie points for nothing like that. It's really no brownie points to fight any of those fighters, because they don't bring nothing to the table that's working for a Tank. They don't bring no money, they don't bring no crowd. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm behind Shakur because he rep North, but shit that he on, I don't support him in that, because we from North New Jersey, we don't run our mouth. That's just whole shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We get busy. If it's money there, we come collect that money, you heard? Like, put the money on the wood, the game is good, you heard? Money out of sight cause fights. You already know how that go. But as far as boxing going, the direction is going, and who the next fights that people want to see, I want to see Gary Russell fight NOE, the Japanese fight at 130. I would like to see Leo Santa Cruz fight the Japanese dude at 130. I would like to see Keyshawn Davidson and Shakur Stevenson, and who else at 135? I would like to see, I would even like to see Pitbull Cruz try to fight at Abdullah Mason or something like that. One of those guys that really punch. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those kids that, you know what I mean? Because Abdullah Mason and them, they putting out that content right now, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They beating up people, they hitting hard. So, you know what I'm saying? They putting out that content right now. So you really can't knock what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get in the ring with them. And a lot of these fighters be saying, oh, this person ducking me, that person ducking me. They can go in that ring and get knocked out by Tank Davis or something like that. So hats off to all people that did take the fight with Tank. When Tank sent that contract over, they signed that joint immediately. You know what I mean? With no pussyfooting around. Whether certain things is in the contract or it wasn't, you getting paid, bro. Ain't that what you in the game for, to make money? If you lose, you win a pot. If you win and get a pot. So I don't see what's so hard to make a fight. And I don't see why taking them will have to fight in like February or September or something like that, when I meant like February or March or something like that, when they could just get it on like the end of September or the middle of November. Like, you know what I mean? No, nobody want to wait till the New Year's drop and we still carrying old beef into the next year. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson, you from North, just signed a contract. You know what I mean? Cause the people that Keyshawn Davis and them beating right now, all the other fighters fighting right now, they really a bunch of nobodies. Even at the 140-pound division. Like the guy who just beat Pitbull Cruz off a decision, he ain't gonna make it. He not gonna make it with one of those guys that really know how to fight at one. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a matter of time. You understand what I'm saying? It's a matter of time. But shout out to Blue Bloods too, because Blue Bloods, he do be going out getting a lot of factual knowledge, but at the same time, the knowledge that Blue Blood be getting, at the same time, he do get overexcited a little bit and carried away with certain things, but all in all, he tells the truth. You know what I'm saying? Blue Blood tell the truth. You know what I mean? So you can't hate the facts. You know what I mean? Just like IPTV, he used to say a lot of stuff, but I unsubscribed from his channel because I see that he had favoritism with certain fighters, and when his fighters get beat, he don't like to get a credit to the fighters that beat his fighters. Just like he was so big on Devin Haney, saying Devin Haney was this, Devin Haney was that. Now you ain't got nothing to say no more. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't mess with people like that. Like, you know what I mean? They here with you 1 minute, then the next minute they don't mess with you. But as far as Terrence Crawford, goes, I do want to see him get undisputed at 154. I do want to see him fight one of the Charlo brothers. It don't matter which one he fights, as long as he fight one of them, is good enough. So I hope they don't duck too long, staying on their vacation and being scared to get in the ring because they seen how their man got beat up all bad. You know what I'm saying? But all them jokers that was running from Terrence Crawford, I want to see them fight. You know what I mean? But looking at a fight with Terrence Crawford, like Kalen Plant or something like that, I don't think Terrence Crawford's body is ready to go up and wait for a Canelo fight or nothing like that. And we just seen that recently. You know what I'm saying? So I know his weight stature and his mass ain't ready to go up to fight a Canelo, Kellen Plant, or David Benavidez. And at the same time, at 154, I never seen a point where even when Terrence was throwing a lot of shots, because a lot of those combination shots, he knocked a lot of people out. But he didn't knock out the Muslim brother with those combinations. So that kind of told a story that 154, you ain't as strong as you was. Don't get this wrong, because Terrence Crawford still can fill out a little more. But he's not as strong as he is at 147, at 154. Because that ass whooping he gave Earl Spence, like that, I mean, it looked like a god fighting a Power Ranger or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was going for Earl in that fight. And Terrence Crawford showed the next level of strength. But I just think that, you know, Earl Spence was like he Ben was saying, I think Earl Spence been supposed to have left that weight class, you know what I'm saying, and not stick to that weight class. Yeah, I think Earl Spence supposed to have been stuck to that weight class and not stick to that weight class due to his body letting him know, like, listen, bro, I've been at this weight too long. I can't be here no more. Once your body tells you those things, the first thing you're supposed to do is automatically leave. You should never be trying to stay in a fight and your body tells you, like, look, I'm growing. And then you stay at a level where it forces your body to fight, because that's exhausting. When you start getting in the ring and people start really laying that power on you, your body gonna let you know all the things that you need to know. Hey man, like, I should have moved up in weight. I can't be taking this type of punishment. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Palette mesh real quick. The paper say 7 too? Yeah, but like I'm saying, man, them Abdullah Mason brothers, those who you guys don't want to see. But yeah, on another level, while we talking about news and boxing news, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm going to start having content on that too, being that we got this far in the legal system with Young Thug. And it's crazy that, you know, they had not one ex parte meeting, not two ex parte meetings, but 3 ex parte meetings. Two of them being a big secret, basically violating the law. The prosecutors doing unethical things, which they should be technically disbarred, along with Glanville But also this gives us insight into what's really going on into our legal system as far as things that's going on in the United States of America pertinent knowledge to like criminals and stuff. So it is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy that they breaking the laws like that. Look it up. But yeah, now that we see those things going on with Young Thug, and we see how these legal systems has been carrying on, and yes. Copy. Let me write this number down, big bro. 248 300 dash 02 search 6F42, and that's 02. I didn't see this. They had to move it. It's probably in this album. I'm gonna come back and look for it. I'm gonna grab these $6 from Lance. I'm gonna come back and look for it. But yeah, oh yes, yeah, I'll come back. I'll come right back. Yeah, it just opened our eyes to like, you know, even if
just missing a small belt. He's here.
Is that it? That box that's sticking up out of it? Is it a box or a pallet? Yeah, but yeah, but our justice system is so corrupt, and I'm glad that Young Thug and them got lawyers, $1 million lawyers and stuff like that to get to the bottom of these things. Because we see corruption all over the world, and we don't pay attention to it until it's one of our loved ones, and one of their lives or something that's in the jail, and they fighting a murder charge, and are they getting convicted of something because they know people. To play by the rules. You know what I mean? Anybody just can't be going to jail for other people's crimes because they noticed that they were in the vicinity or whatever it is. Some people just don't tell on other people and want to get involved dealing with other people bringing beef to them over snitching and all that stuff. So it's like the law can't just close their case by merely just, you know what I mean, putting who they want to be inserted in as a criminal based on part of their weak investigation. And as we can see thus far, a lot of criminals taking plea deals and going to prison because we don't know the language of the law. Our Constitution, first and foremost. And a lot of law language like, you know, Brady material or ex parte means, a lot of this stuff we never even heard of. But if you look it up in these law books and stuff, all of those ingredients in there that explains how they got to play by the rules and all that stuff is all in there. So it's like, it's like we as human beings, we gotta be like really on point about life nowadays, because you could be in the middle of a situation, somebody could hurt you, you hurt them, and the next thing you know, you going to jail life or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is really wrong. You know what I mean? So it's like you really got to pay attention to what's going on. You got to keep score out here, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of our innocent kids and a lot of our father brothers, you know what I mean? They convicted with evidence that shouldn't even be considered as factual. And you know, like when the states or whatever investigate evidence, just like the feds, if the feds come get you, they gonna make sure they have something that shows that you actually had a hand in something. You know what I mean? Yeah, no doubt, Wayne. But at the same time, we as a community gotta open our eyes, because they putting our kids away, our babies away. You understand what I'm saying? They putting our nieces and nephews, so on and so forth, away. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you hang with people that do a significant amount of crime, doesn't mean that shit has anything to do with you. And you should never be put in a situation if you didn't do it because you was around the scene and you know something about something, and they try to force you to say, oh, this happened and that happened, or tell on somebody. You got the right to remain silent, and you have the right not to be involved in nothing. But these people have been breaking the laws and for so long that they would literally lock you up for something. They would literally lock you up for something. You know what I mean? They would literally lock you up for something that you didn't do, and you really would be waiting in jail for a duration of time in your life until they sort things out at trial or however they figure it out till you can get freedom again. So the bottom line is, even if they got circumstantial evidence, meaning what? They got science, a hair follicle, or something like that, that doesn't bring the burden of proof in a lot of cases of you being actually guilty. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people be going to jail just because they around certain people, bro. And we got to open our eyes to this going on in the United States of America, especially state in and state out, from this state to that state, this state, because a lot of these prosecutions, and you wonder why these lawyers and stuff are so paid, and you wonder why they got their little bar school and their little committees or whatever to protect each other, and you know, inside the bar of association with lawyers, judges, and prosecutors, you know what I mean? They supposed to have a standard for humanity, for being able to have unbiased judgment against you being innocent until proven guilty. If you're a prosecutor and you got the facts to prove somebody guilty and you caught him red-handed, then that's the way the law's supposed to work. You caught this guy red-handed. It equal up to his fingerprints and then find his blood, then him actually confessing. That's how you actually supposed to get a conviction. You understand what I'm saying? But when they come out with stuff like science can be wrong too. You understand what I'm saying? Science all the time isn't 98% accurate. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you got lawyers who cross-examine us to cross-examine professionals and all that stuff, so they can come out and let you know that, hey, the circumstantial evidence shit is pretty much bullshit. Y'all just using this shit because this guy ain't got no money to really investigate and really what's going on in his life and his circumstances. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all be able to pull a whammy on somebody because they don't have enough resource power to investigate y'all and the tactics that y'all use, that y'all saying forget them. Y'all can have a hunch or a theory, meaning the prosecution or the courts can have a hunch or a theory. That doesn't mean that it's true. But when they get in front of the judge and the jury, they're painting a picture as it is true. And that's lying to the people. And us as Americans, we supposed to stand up against that. That's why we got stuff like Trump almost getting assassinated. And then now the Secret Service and all of them go under scrutiny of why y'all didn't take certain protocol measures and all this stuff, because in all actuality, all of y'all wanted to see Trump dead. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all hate the man so much that y'all take his, and that's the thing with United States of America. our leaders and stuff that's in charge, they'll be the ones to go kill somebody and take an innocent life and then try to paint a negative picture on another country saying, oh, when they do these things, they terrorists and so on and so forth. You can't have it both ways. But when you have laws of your land, like our Constitution, we have a right to bear arms, a right to do this. So they create, once you have a right to bear arms, that's your Fourth Amendment. These people, even if somebody is stabbing you, you shoot them. It still would go in front of a prosecutor and a judge to see if they can indict you or they can indict you. Why is stuff looked at like that? You could be a person in the world completely minding your business. Then somebody try to shoot you and you somehow it's just not your time and you end up killing them. Why do you have to face charges? Who are they to say that that's why we really got to pay attention to the world out here. I know I normally kick boxing on my channel and stuff like that, but I'm going to start coming with a lot of this real world content too, because there's a lot of things that's going on outside our world that and that we're not paying attention to, that we need to pay attention to. And if we don't take notice of this stuff, if we don't take notice of this stuff, a lot of things that's going on in our world and the tension and stuff, if we don't take notice to this stuff, then a lot of our people will be going to jail and will be in a lot of situations where it's just critical. So we have to have some type of boundary set to where we can hold states, people accountable for the things that they're doing. Huh? I'm looking for. I'm about to grab my tablet.
Hola, comandante, ya la puerta 2 lista.
Yeah. Pedro? Oh. Yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna be having much more content on like law stuff, things that's going on in the world that, you know, we need to be aware of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be conscious on all levels. We need to be conscious on all levels because, I mean, hell, who wants to be in the middle of a jam that they can't control because they don't have money? It's just wrong. Yeah, it's just basically wrong. Hold on, grab me something to drink. But yeah, my channel is basically about just sharing reality on a lot of the things that's going on in our up-to-date world today. Meaning our work industries, our law industries, our sports industries. Like, you know, I like boxing, so I bring analysis and stuff on boxing. I drive machines, narrow ISO reach trucks. That's what my profession is. I teach those. And, you know, I'm a YouTuber, a TikToker. I'm about to have drones and stuff. You know what I mean? That's my next operation to make a lot of money. But yeah, like I was saying, we got to be conscious of our people out here, especially dealing with the United States of America laws and rules and regulations of the land, because they so busy on trying to control things that things is actually way out of more control than they actually is, because a person tries to control things. Humanity isn't meant to be controlled. We're meant to follow human standard rules as far as respect for one another, this and that, and not to transgress certain limits in life and the land, like, you know, stealing, robbing, raping. Those things are a no-no. You understand what I'm saying? Other illegal things is a no-no, but sometimes some of our laws and some of our scientific studies for our laws, it's just like that is, it's not it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's just not it. It's like, you know, a human being can't be going through things like that, as far as like what could I say? As far as like, oh, you go to court, they say, oh, they found a gun in your car, and just say for instance, it could be a gun in your car, it might not be yours. Suppose somebody broke in your car one night and dropped their gun and it went under the seat, but you ain't notice it because they close your car back nice and neat. Or let's say a person put a gun under your car seat just to set you up and send you to jail. They have to still prove that that gun is yours. They just can't say it's in your car, it's in your possession, because that's not how possession works, especially in New Jersey. They have to prove 4 elements. They got to prove that you have knowledge, you knowingly and willingly, and they have to have your fingerprints. Are you showing something that shows that you got access to this gun, that proves that you have access to this gun? Other than that, they can't say that anything is yours. Just like if somebody get murdered and they find your cell phone on the scene, well, they see your cell phone pinging off a tower. They can't just say you murdered a person because your cell phone pinged off a tower. Even though a lot of investigators try to paint the picture that way. Oh, it's common sense. His phone was around when the murder happened, so he shot him. How you know if it wasn't the killer there that killed this person? They saw it. Don't want to have nothing to do with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you can't have it both ways. Like, but being truthful is being truthful. You got to be able to prove your sources. You got to be able to prove where you right at, where you wrong at. Even in boxing, a lot of people channels be having fake news. Oh, this person said this person had a fight with this, all this clickbait type of stuff. But we just need that good content where somebody just going to bring that, and that's what my job is. I'm going to just bring that real, actual, factual, especially if I'm on a live and we kicking it about new job opportunities or boxing or anything in the forklift industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type of guy, because I come from the streets. You understand what I'm saying? So I know how brutal it is out there. You understand what I'm saying? I done been in every situation that you could possibly think of, and I don't glorify none of that stuff because it's all stupidity. Yeah, that stuff is all stupidity, man. Like, But I do want to bring that content and shed light on things. Just like they got Lil Woody all over the internet now, and Lil Woody. They got Lil Woody on the internet now, and he, you know, dating girls and all this stuff. After he done told on all of these people and all that stuff, when he the one that got caught up himself. And the way the law's supposed to work, the prosecution don't supposed to be able to use anything when something else is promised to somebody else. The prosecution shouldn't be allowed to use any evidence from a witness that's promised something that's already a criminal. Rule number one. They're not credible. So nothing they can say don't supposed to be able to indict you. That's just law, one-on-one. Like, and I know this for a fact because I read this case law myself in a law library. And I looked at a lot of laws where certain things get done and it's supposed to like cut things off from the head. You understand what I'm saying? Just like the proceeding with Adrian Love and Miss Hilton being a couple of pack of hyenas, you know, forcing their way on Judge Glanville. I honestly think that Judge Glanville is some type of father to Nut or some type of uncle or distant cousin. And I think that's what chip he had on his shoulder against Thug. And then two, Adrian Love and, you know, Fannie Willis and all those prosecutors. I just think that being that they knew that had something to do with Judge Glanville's family or whatever, or something like that. You know, this is a theory, but I really believe in this theory because it's just like what other reason would somebody go above and beyond? What other reason would somebody go above and beyond to carry that much hatred for a criminal that they don't even know is guilty or is guilty? You understand what I'm saying? You're innocent till proven guilty. But what would make a person tilt to the anger side of it to just want to put you away for the rest of your life? And that comes from people having ties to the community. You understand what I'm saying? Ties that we don't know about. And I really think what happened down in Atlanta on Cleveland Avenue and all those areas and all that stuff, I think a lot of those cops that was even doing a investigation movie flicks and all that stuff, I think that they were investigating a lot of crimes and solving a lot of crimes by putting the wrong people in jail. You understand what I'm saying? So they blew up and got famous off that, started making a lot of money. So, you know, they figured, hey man, we making a lot of money, let's go after Young Thug now. We just as famous as he is. But I believe they wanted Young Thug out the way because he was on that platform in society and his community to where he's at the same doorsteps as prosecutors, lawyers, judge, officers. Like he get a chance to be even over them to probably see other women or having fun with certain amount of their family members or not respecting, you know, the way that they see fit in life. And a lot of older people are like that too. They try to sit back and be judgmental on people like they God or something. First of all, no human being has the right to be judgmental. And that goes for even our lawmakers and even some of our critics. We don't give a right to say a person should be like this or a person should be like that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Hey man, a person choose that way for himself, that's what he chose. If a person choose this way for himself, that's what he chose. All you can do is ask for them to get better themselves or give them a warning. Hey man, if you keep heading this way, you're going to end up that way. Like, that's all you can do for people in life. You can't be out here like, oh yeah, I'm better than this person because I got a Ferrari and 6 Lex Coupes and a Lamborghini and a ship and a submarine parked under my underwater garage house. You can't think that you're better than people for material things because that don't make you better. You're still a human being, still blood run through your veins. If you caught cancer, you still need the same treatment. If you got shot in your head, you still die the same way as any other human being did. So like, a lot of people in the world need to just stop thinking that they're better than one another first and foremost. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But along with our United States of America, in our state, from state meaning our state laws and our federal laws. You understand what I'm saying? It's gotta be a little more facts inside of things before they start convicting people and saying people doing this stuff and doing that stuff. Like, cause that's just not fair to us. We should have a fair shake at everything. But on another note, just like I said, going back into the boxing and all that stuff, I'm gonna just go over the highlighted moments of the conversation I had thus far, and that's Terrence Crawford. Congratulations to Terrence Crawford being a 5-division champion, pound for pound, and a 5-division champion, pound for pound, and undisputed in 2 different weight classes. Shout out to Gervonta Tank Davis for being the face of boxing and bringing the action-packed fights that we like to see and not ducking no wreck. And shout out to Inouye for giving us electrifying performances and delivering knockouts. Who else we can give? Oh, that fighter that just fought Big Baby. Woo! That fat gorilla that just fought Big Baby on the DAZN on a Riot card. Yo, that big guy, he hits hard. He is punching out of this world. So, yeah, we're gonna delve deep on that. Fighters like that who don't get enough compliments. And then we got the other Big Baby, the older guy who fought the Spanish guy, Lopez. I think that was his name. I ain't really too sure keen with his name. I'm not too sharp with his name. Might be saying something wrong. But yeah, he took the victory. I don't want to hear nothing about Pitbull Cruz no more. Him wearing his little dog masks and stuff, and everybody thinking he's some dog behind the gate, because pit bulls don't even fight the way he fight. He's just a one-dimensional fighter trying to throw 1 or 2 punches, and technically that's not interesting to see neither. But the Pitbull Cruzes, the Rollies, the Shakur Stevensons, who else could? The Teofimo Lopez's. I could care less for y'all fights. Straight up, I could care less for y'all fights. David Benavidez. I would like to see him actually knock people out, because other than that, he's borderline, performance-wise. He's borderline. He's a Mexican monster, but he's not that type of monster that can't be tamed. You understand what I'm saying? He get out his body in certain fights, but I don't see him beating a Terrence Crawford or I'm just saying, if he had somebody to fight him in that weight class who had lateral movement and different sequences, I don't see that. So I wouldn't pay to see a David Benavidez fight. I wouldn't pay to see I'll pay to see another Earl Spence fight, but Earl Spence got to get on his bike and learn how to use his feet and let his hands go, because when he fought Terrence Crawford, I wouldn't, the way he fought, I don't know, he was he was brain dead that fight, so I don't know. So, but yeah, a lot of other fighters and stuff, I'm going to go over Abdullah Mason. I will watch those guys fight, and again, that probably concludes things for boxing. I would like to see more from Frank Martin. I would like to see more from Frank. I would like to see him fight Shakur, or I would like to see him fight what's the kid name? Davis. Oh man, what's the kid name? What's Shakur Stevenson, man? Davis. Well, whatever his name is, got the same last name as Tank. I would like to see one of them fight Frank Martin, or the Abdullah brother. I would like to see Frank Martin take a fight with one of the Abdullah brothers. That would be probably interesting. Two athletic people, but I just don't think Frank got the chin to stand up to Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? But I do think it'll be a good fight. because Frank is a pressure fighter. But I do think it's a fight to pay to see Abdullah Mason and Frank Martin dance around a couple of times. What other fights, in the dream matches they're out there to make? Who else is at 135 that can come up and shine like a diamond? Is that Abdullah Masons? You got Shakur Stevenson. You got Frank Martin. Keyshawn Davis. That's his name I was looking for, Keyshawn. But other than that, it ain't really too many fighters at 135. I would like to see Boots fight Crawford. I could see Crawford going back down to 147 because he's actually stronger there than any weight class he ever been in. So I could see Terrence Crawford taking a fight with Boots at 147 or making a catch weight like 149 or 148. You know what I mean? Or 140 or fighting at 150. That's probably good for both of them. Bud lose 4 pounds and Jerron go up. Boots go up. 49, 50. And Boots go up 3 pounds. Bud lose 4 pounds like a catch weight. The fight at 150. You know what I mean? Just for bragging rights. Because Boots don't deserve a shot at none of Terrence titles. He hasn't done enough yet. And the people that he fought is like not nobody that I would really want to see. Like, you know what I mean? But that kind of concludes it for the as far as the boxing and all that stuff. I'm not really a Canelo fan. But, if Canelo do get in the ring, it all depends on who he's fighting. Because if he's fighting people with no names, I could care less for his fight, too. Any of these boxers out here that's fighting and is not competitive, and we coming out of our hard work money that we got to pay for a fight, and it's not worth it for the name on the resume, I'm not paying for no fight. I don't even want to see the fight. I don't care who wins or lose, however it goes, because certain boring fights is just so boring that it doesn't matter who the winner or the loser is. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at it. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Tap the bell, hit the notification button, drop some comments. You know what I mean? And that's that.